Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today I have a beautiful crochet project to share with you. We are going to make a beautiful, tiny and cute little backpack, and I'm ready with my yarns and my hook size is 12.5 mm. Let us start off with a magic ring. First we are going to make the granny squares. Once the magic ring is done, we are going to chain 3, which is counted as 1 double crochet. After that, into the magic ring we are going to make 11 number of double crochet. We are just going to make double crochets into the magic ring, which has to be 11 in number. So 11 double crochet plus the first chain of 3 is going to make 12 double crochets. This is the first round of our granny squares. Now this granny square can be used for numerous other projects as well. And this time I'm going to show you how we can make a cute little backpack. If you want a bigger one, you just have to increase the number of granny squares. So my 12 double crochets are done. Now let us slip stitch into the very topmost chain of the first chain of 3. After that I chain 1 to secure my work. Now let us snip off the yarn. Now I'm going to introduce my purple yarn. I'm ready with the slip knot. Into any of the chain spaces we are going to start. So let us start from this point. The slip knot is done. Once it is attached to my project, I am going to chain 4. We are doing a chain of 4 because we'll be working triple crochet, and a chain of 4 is equivalent to 1 triple crochet. So let us work the triple crochet. This is my first triple crochet, that is half done. Now another triple crochet into the same space, which too is a half done one. Now we have 3 stitches there, yarn over, pull through all. That is done. Now let us chain 2, and from this point the stitches are going to be a bit different. Let us work 3 number of half done triple crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second, and again this is the third one or the final one. Once this is complete, if you see, we have 4 stitches on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the stitches. Now let us chain 2 and hop into the next chain space to work our petals. This is actually the petals. So here I am working my first half done triple crochet. This is the second one. Now let's do the third one. Now we have 4 stitches, yarn over, pull through all the stitches. So my 3 petals are done, and in this manner we are going to continue all around, and till now I have worked 11 of them. Now I just chain 2 and I will be working my final petal. So that's my first half done triple crochet, followed by the second, and third. Once we have 4 stitches on the hook, yarn over, pull through all. Now let us chain 2 and slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first petal. Yes, and then I'm going to chain 1 to secure my work and then snip off the yarn. That's done. After completing 2 rounds, this is how it's supposed to look. Now I'm using my white yarn. This is off-white yarn, and we are going to start off with a slip knot again. We can start off from any of the chain 2 spaces in between the petals, and I'm going to start off with a chain of 4 because I will be working triple crochet there. So my first chain of 4, which is equivalent to 1 triple crochet, is done. This is the second triple crochet, followed by the third. This is actually a corner, incomplete corner that I've just worked. Now let's jump into the next chain 2 space and work 3 number of double crochet. This is the side that we are working. Actually the round thing is being turned into a square, granny square. Now into another chain 2 space I'm going to work 3 number of double crochet. That's the second, followed by the third. Now into the next chain 2 space, I'm going to work my corner, for which we need to work 3 number of triple crochet. That's the first, followed by the second and the third. So my 3 triple crochets are done. Now let us chain 2, and we are going to work another set of 3 triple crochets there, so that our corner is a complete one. That's the first one, followed by the second triple crochet, and finally the third one. So my 3 triple crochets are done, and that makes our very first corner. Now let's jump into the chain 2 space to work our sides, for which we need to work 3 number of double crochet. That's the second, followed by the third. Now let's jump into the next space to work 3 double crochet again. That's the first, followed by the second and the third. Now let us hop into the next chain 2 space to work our corner, which is going to be 3 number of triple crochet. That's the first, followed by the second, and that's the third one. After that, let us chain 2 and work a set of 3 triple crochet again into the same space. So that makes our corner a complete one. That's the second, and finally the third triple crochet. Now we are going to work 3 number of double crochet. That's the second and the third. So in the similar fashion, following this sequence, we are going to work all around, and here I am almost near the starting point. My first batch of double crochets are done. Now let's work the second batch of 3 double crochet as the second, and finally this is the third one. Now if you remember, I had told you in the starting that this is an incomplete corner, so let us complete it by working 3 triple crochet. That's the first, followed by the second triple crochet, and that's the third one. Now let us chain 2, 1 and 2, and slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 4. 1 2 3 4. There we are going to slip stitch. Once it is done, let us chain 1 and snip off the yarn. So our granny square is done. Already worked a whole lot of granny squares. We need 18 such granny squares for this mini backpack. Now if you want a bigger backpack, you have to increase your number of granny squares. Now I will be stitching 3 granny squares for each row, and this is how we are going to stitch. It's a very simple process. The right sides have to face each other, and with the help of the tapestry needle, we are going to sew our pieces together. So this is how it is done. Very simple. Now as I told you, if you want a big backpack, you can use a thicker yarn and also increase the number of granny squares in each rows, and that way you will have a bigger backpack. And mine is a mini version which can be used by little girls. And this is how it is to be stitched. Yes, when we are at the end, we are going to secure. So this is done. Now we are going to place our granny squares and stitch them side by side. So finally my 9 granny squares are stitched. This is for one side of the backpack, and for the other side we must stitch the other 9 granny squares. So both my sides are ready to be stitched together. So here my granny squares are neatly stitched, and we have 2 blocks. Now this time I am going to stitch on the 3 sides with the help of the crochet hook, and that has to be done from the right side of the work. We are going to start off from one of the corner. I'll be using my white yarn. This will give a nice finish to our backpack, and this is how it is to be done. It's very simple. Let's tuck the loose end into the bag, and this is how it is done. We are just going to work single crochet into each of the chain spaces. We are going to pass the hook from one side to the other and then work single crochets, and we are going to work into all the sides, into all the 3 sides, and one side has to be left open because it's a bag and we have to put our things from one side. So in this fashion, using the single crochets, we are going to work on all the 3 sides. This is how it is done. Actually, this is a beginners friendly project, and people who are new into crocheting can do this project. And besides this, granny square pattern can be used for numerous other projects as well. It can be used for making table runners, cushion covers, throws, baby blankets, bags, anything. So this is how we are going to work all around, and in the corner spaces we are just going to work single crochet as we are doing in the other chain spaces. Straight and simple. Slowly we are going to proceed. So I am still working. Now we are going to continue working till we come to this point, and here I have completed working on the 2 sides, and I have completed my 3rd side as well. There we are not going to snip off the yarn because we are going to continue, and there we are going to work chain 2, and then into each of the chain spaces we are going to work half double crochet. First we are going to do a yarn over and then work yarn over, pull through all the 3 stitches. This is a half double crochet, and this is how we are going to work all around. See, into each of the chain spaces we are going to work a half double crochet. Yarn over, pull through all the 3 stitches, yarn over into the chain space, and then we are going to pull through all the 3 stitches. This is how a half double crochet is done. So let us work all around, and I am going to catch up with you once I reach the starting point, and I'm going to show you what is to be done next. So here I'm still working, and we need to work all around till we reach this point. Now I am almost at the starting point, still working my half double crochets, and I'm going to show you how this particular round is to be completed. Now into the space there we are going to slip stitch, simple, and then we are going to chain 2 again, and into each of the chain spaces we will be working another round of half double crochet. Same stitch as we did in the previous round, we are going to work half double crochet. So this is how it is, and yarn over into the chain space, and then we have 3 stitches on the hook, and then we are going to pull through all. See, I have zoomed in. This is how it is done. Yarn over into the chain space, pull up a loop, and then pull through all the 3 stitches. So finally my second round is also done, and I am here at the starting point. I'm going to show you what is to be done. See, a few chain spaces still left to be worked. I'm working my half double crochet, and now I'm going to slip stitch there. That's done. Now let us chain 1 to secure my work, and then I'm going to snip off the yarn because I'm going to change my yarn color. Right now this is how our backpack looks. Now I will be using my purple yarn. I'm ready with the slip knot, and we are going to start off again from this point, and I'm attaching my purple yarn, and I just did a chain of 1. Once the chain 1 is done, we are just going to work single crochet into each of the chain spaces there. Now to hide the loose end at the back side, you can just clip it as you work your single crochets. So let us work single crochet into each of the chain spaces all around, and I'm going to catch up when I reach the starting point. Here we are just working our single crochets into each of the chain spaces. So here I am almost at the starting point. A few chains to be worked. Let's do a single crochet there too, and then we are going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet that we worked with the purple yarn. Now I'm going to chain 1, another chain, that means we worked a chain of 2, and then we are going to work double crochets now, 3 double crochets. That's the first one, followed by the second. Let's work another double crochet into the next chain space. So I worked a chain of 2 and then 3 double crochet. Now I chain 1, skip 1 chain space, and into the next 3 chain spaces I am going to work 3 number of individual double crochet. That's the first, followed by the second double crochet and the third double crochet. So this is the sequence: chain 1, skip 1 chain space, and then into the next chain space we are going to work 3 number of individual double crochets. And this is how we are going to continue working: chain 1, skip 1 chain space, and into the next 3 chain spaces we are going to work 3 number of individual double crochet, second and third. So this is the sequence that we are going to follow, and when I reach the starting point I'm going to show you what is to be done next. So here I am near my starting point. I just worked 3 double crochet. Now let us chain 1, skip 1 chain space, and work 3 double crochet. It might happen that you may only have space for working 2 double crochets, or you have one extra chain space there. So that doesn't matter because it is going to be there at the side, so it is not going to show so much, so nothing to worry about it. So my 3 double crochet is done. I chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the chain of 2. That's done. Now I chained 1, and we are going to work a round of single crochets again. That's the first, followed by the second, the third, and we are going to continue all around working single crochet. A round of single crochets have to be worked. So let us continue working single crochet into each of the chain spaces, and I am going to catch up with you once we reach the starting point. So here I am working my single crochets into each of the chain spaces. So let us continue till we reach the starting point. Here I am near my starting point, working single crochet into the final chain spaces there, and then I am going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet that we had worked. So that's done. Now let us chain 3, or we can do a chain of 2. I think chain of 2 will be better. After that I am going to work a round of 1 double crochet into each of the chain spaces. Rather, you can say I'll be working 2 rounds. So let's work first a round of double crochet into each of the chain spaces. So here, this is the sequence that we are going to follow for this particular round, working 1 double crochet into each of the chain spaces. Let's do, and I'm going to meet up when I reach the starting point again. Here I'm still working my double crochets. This particular round we are going to repeat. We are going to work 2 sets of double crochet. That's the first round, and I will be repeating another round of double crochet. So here I have worked 2 rows of double crochets as I told you, and here I am almost at the starting point. Let's complete this particular round by doing a slip stitch, and then I chain 1 to secure my work, and let's snip off the yarn. So finally, this is how my backpack looks for now, and now we are going to work the cords or the handles. Now if you want a bigger size backpack, you have to increase the number of granny squares. As I told you, this is the mini version. Now I'll show you how a cord is to be worked. I'll be showing you a small sample because I have already worked my cords. You have to chain 240 or 250 chains. Here I'll just show you how it is to be worked. I worked 240 chains for my backpack. After that we are going to skip 1 chain, and into the second chain we will be working single crochets. This is how it is to be worked. Into each of the chain spaces we are going to work our single crochet. Now the length of the cord also depends on the person who is going to carry it, or the size of the bag. So this is how it is to be worked, just working single crochets into each of the chain spaces. See, this is how a single crochet is to be worked. And for my backpack I have worked a chain of 240. This is the sample that I am showing you. This is how a cord is supposed to look. This is my actual cord, and you have to make 2 such cords with equal number of chains. I have taken 240 as I told you, and my 2 cords are all ready to be attached to the backpack. I'll show you how it is to be attached. This is the cord, and we are going to start off introducing the cord from one side of the bag. Into each of the spaces holes there we are going to carefully pass. Wait, I am skipping there one hole. It has to be passed from each of the holes, and we are going to go all around till we reach the other side of the bag. So all around we are going to go and pass our cord through the holes. So we have to work all around and come to the point from where we have introduced the cord in the beginning. And I am almost there. So one of my cord is neatly attached to the bag, and we have to adjust the length of the cord because it has to be equal in both the sides. You just have to pull. And now from the other side we are going to introduce our cord again. From the other side of the bag, the cord will be passed again in the same manner, and it has to go all around the bag and come back to the point from where it has been introduced. So let's do that carefully again. This time it will be a little tough because the space has decreased, but we are going to do that slowly and come back to the starting point from where the cord has been introduced. So let's do that, and here I am still going around, and finally I have reached the side. On both the sides of the bag our cords have reached and are of equal length. That is important. We have to adjust the lengths before we stitch the handles. Now we are going to pass our cord through the hole there, and then we are going to stitch the two cords together because we have yarns attached there, and with the help of the tapestry needle we are just going to sew it. See, I'm so stupid, I went out of the frame. Now this is how we are going to stitch. Simply with the help of the tapestry needle we are going to sew the two ends of the cords together, and then we are going to hide the extra bit of yarns that are left after the stitching is done. Stitching is also nothing special. We are just going to do it carefully so that it is sturdy enough as well as it looks neat. So this is how it is to be done. Now the loose ends we are going to hide so that it looks neat, and the extra bit of yarn in the end can be snipped off. So let us hide the extra bit of yarns. I am tucking the yarns, and then we are going to snip off the yarns which are not required. So one side of our handle is neatly attached. Similar fashion we are going to attach the other side of the handle as well. First we are going to pass it through the tiny hole there and stitch the two ends with the help of the tapestry needle, like how I showed you in the previous one. So my second handle is also neatly stitched, and this is how my cute tiny backpack looks. It's perfect for a little girl. As I told you, if you want a bigger size, just increase the number of granny squares. See how beautiful it looks. So thank you, my dear friends, for staying till the end. If you all have found the video useful, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it's bye for today.